So on Tuesday, you tweeted out a graphic comparing Jokic to Giannis. Are you saying that Giannis is the best player after the LeBron era? Is that what you were getting at there?
Well, I think it's certainly a debate. So this, by the way, this graphic is incredibly cool and was made by, and we're going to have a lot more of these types of things. There is, I don't know if he wants me to say his name, I'll ask him, but he signed it as Leo. Leo is not his name. This was made by a guy that just really, really wanted to be a part of what we do on this show and the stuff I do, and is doing this statistical work and graphical art on his own. We have one coming out about Anthony Edwards and age 22 seasons. It's really cool. It's data visualization, and I'll at the very least say his first name. Shout out to Zach for this amazing work. He's also working on a much bigger project related to our top 50 players of all time. That is I don't even want to tease what it is, because when we debut it, it'll blow your mind. But this guy is brilliant and is doing this, on his own time, and I really appreciate it. So, the point that I was trying to make is, I think it's very clear that Giannis had been the best player from, call it, I know LeBron won the title in 2020 and won a Finals MVP. But I think Giannis had been the best player from 19 to 21, and I think Jokic has been the best player from 22 to 24, right? But what if we are talking about 19 to 24, this 6-year stretch? Who has had the better run? They have both been to one Finals and one Finals MVP. They both have been to one other conference Finals. They both have been to round 2 twice. Jokic's been to round 2 3 times, Giannis twice. Giannis has made the playoffs more. He's also played a little bit longer. Their career numbers are very similar, 23-10-5 versus 21-11-7. They're all NBAs. Giannis has 6. Jokic has go ahead.
Said the careers, so
no,
they're
you go.
very, very similar. But do you think their paths to the finals were a little bit easier or different than each other?
Well, so here's the thing. I think in general, Jokic has had to face tougher competition in the Western Conference. I think in their championship run, Giannis faced far tougher competition. That Suns team was the best team in the league that year. People thought was going to win the title. They were up 2-0. That Brooklyn team was peak Kevin Durant. And so I'm sorry?
The Nets?
No, Durant was fully healthy. Healthy. Kyrie got injured at the end of Game 4, and Harden got injured at the very beginning of the series and then came back. And I misstated the All-NBAs. My apologies. Giannis has 8 All-NBAs. Jokic has 6. Giannis has 2 MVPs. Jokic has 3. I think it's a real debate. I think because of what happened in the postseason this year, that debate opened back up. And here's the other piece of it. Luka is 5 wins away from entering that debate himself. And so the Luka stuff, people don't believe me DeMonte, Luka's made first team All-NBA. He's been in the league 6 years. He's made first team All-NBA 5 times. Steph Curry has 4. Steph Curry has 4 first team All-NBAs. Luka has 5. Luka's individual statistical resume is why I put him where I put him, projecting it on that top 50 list. And if you look at Luka's basketball life, here's what it is. At 16 years old, he was playing in the second best league in the world. At 18 years old, he was the MVP of the second best league in the world and won the championship. At 20 years old, he was the NBA's Rookie of the Year. At 21 years old, he was first-team All-NBA and scored 42 in his first career playoff game. At 22 years old, he took the Clippers to 7 games with no other even fringe all-star on his roster, averaging 36, 8, and 8, I think, or something like 36, 10. I'm not sure exactly what is insane. At 23 years old, he beat the number 1 seed en route to the conference finals. At 24 years old, had a weird down team success year. And at 25 years old, he's about to be in the finals. It is an unbelievable run to start his career. Go ahead.
He had those guys that were kind of dragging him down. I think you said when he was 22. Do you hold Jokic's 2021 and 2022 exits against him when he was playing with Austin Rivers?
Well, so I don't. So again, there's a difference between holding it against you and acknowledging that it happened. I don't hold it against you. But when Giannis was trying to defend his title and lost in 7 in round 2, he didn't have Chris Middleton. It's, again, we're not holding that against Giannis, but it is a real part of it. And so that was the series that Tatum had the 46 in Game 6, and then they won Game 7. Chris Middleton did not play 1 second in that series. Yes, games are harder if you don't have your best supporting cast. When LeBron lost in the finals to the Warriors the first time, Kevin Love didn't play 1 minute in that series, and Kyrie got hurt in the Game 1 of that series. Like that, those are real factors here. And so it's just part of this. I don't hold it against him, but he has not, in my opinion, because of the loss this year with a fully healthy team, he has not. Giannis's title defense ended in round 2 in Game 7 to a team that didn't win the championship. Jokic's title defense ended in round 2 in Game 7 to a team that's not going to win the championship. Like, it's just a lot of, it is, whoever you have leading that race, it's close.
I will say that Jokic is a basketball mastermind and Giannis is not. I don't know, the question or the topic here is which player is better. And
yeah, but that's true. Yeah. That is true. Giannis is also arguably year in, year out the best defensive player in the sport. And Jokic just, was a part of letting Karl Anthony Towns finally, for the first time in his career, have a good playoff series. So it's just, it's all, that is true. I thought Jokic's defense last postseason was excellent. I thought this postseason wasn't quite as good. And so those are true stories. And so it's all, and I know people talk about Giannis not having a bag. Well, bagless Giannis won a championship by scoring 50 points in Game 6 of the finals. And bagless Giannis also, after it looked like he had blown out his knee, responded in those finals. Game 1, he was mediocre when people thought he was going to be out for the year. The rest of the finals, what he did was average, let me give it to you exactly, for games 2 through 6 of the finals, 38, 12, and 5 on 63% shooting. So, Jokic is obviously, there are a lot of things Jokic does better than Giannis. Shoot and pass. There's no question about it. But he's not a more efficient scorer, because Giannis is as efficient of a high volume scorer as we've ever seen. And he's not in the same region defensively. I'm simply saying it is a real argument. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.